Hello, good afternoon. Today I want to discuss the quite bizarre and colorful relationship between North Korea and Mugabee, Zimbabwe. Obviously, most countries do deals with countries that are in breach of human rights. It's not unusual. Even Theresa May said a couple of months ago there's nothing wrong with countries, or if you like, with Britain or America doing deals and trading with countries that are abusing the citizens or killing prisoners, brutalizing them. In the interest of trade and capitalism, there's nothing wrong with any countries doing trade, with brutal regimes. These are not my words. These are the words of the present Prime Minister. So in other words, they have no problem, if you like, making money, building an economy on wickedness or evil. Capitalism has no morals, just in case you never knew. However, talking about capitalism, the wonderful relationship that North Korea has been building with Zimbabwe is quite odd. In the 1980s, Mugabee went to North Korea and obviously tried to build a beautiful relationship, with Kim Jong-un, okay, and obviously a beautiful relationship blossomed as a result of him sort of visiting that communist country. But when Mugabee was there, obviously it was an experience for him because he never knew that he was going to learn something of that political regime. To show his love for North Korea, he sent the leader Kim a gift, beautiful gift. Kim sent Mugabee, I think it was a big massive gold statue or something like that, made of gold, and in return Mugabee sent him this beautiful gift. Yes, believe it or not, he sent him a cow, as a gift from undeveloped Africa. He sent him a cow. He didn't send him diamonds. He didn't send him any gold. He sent him a cow. Obviously, Kim was looking forward to this lovely protein, this lovely beef, but unfortunately, as soon as the cow reached North Korea, the cow died. He told you the state of Africa. He told you the state of Africa that the cow died. So what Kim did with the cow, he cooked it, roasted it, which is why Kim now is overweight. But the cow died when it arrived at North Korea. I don't know whether they fed it on the aeroplane or did they not give it water. But Kim, as a result of this cow dying, he fell out with Mugabee. After the shock of seeing a dead cow must have shocked him. So as a result of these shock tactics, this cultural shock, he couldn't believe it. He was doing a deal with savage Africa. He was probably expecting diamonds and gold and good minerals, but instead he was given a cow, and the cow was dead on arrival. Obviously that must have affected Kim, because North Korea is in a very bad state economically. The people are starving. But it did affect Kim receiving a dead cow. He no longer had good relationship with Mugabe, and as a result he decided to change his regime to this. You can't go wrong with apples and fruit and veg rather than trust something from Africa. Dead cow. So Kim Jong-un decided he would become a vegetarian. However, on a serious level, it's interesting that Mugabe, as I said to begin with, most countries do trade with brutal countries, you know, that has horrific regimes. Most countries do that. Theresa May herself said that she intends to make money from brutal countries that brutalize people. Look up on Google, you know, Theresa May saying there's nothing wrong with doing deals with terrorists. As long as you cross my palm with silver, no problem with it. There's no morals in capitalism. However, you would think to yourself that Mugabe would have learned something, whether, you know, how to empower his own army intelligently, you know, so walk away with scientific knowledge, you know, but no, he didn't. What Mugabe did, which is a typical black mentality, Louis Farrakhan have that same mentality, and most black church leaders have that same mentality. It runs quite deep into the African psychology. You know, we have a cultural psychology of wanting to not enforce freedom, liberty, or democracy, but to have a tyrant, you know, kind of community. Mugabe went to North Korea and he saw how strict and totalitarianism the system was. Then Mugabe went back to Zimbabwe. If you want to understand why Zimbabwe, you know, is run like North Korea, Mugabe learned from King John On. He learned it from, you know, the North Korean brutal regime. It's interesting that it's the same psychology the church leaders have, the church pastors. You know, they run the congregation like a dictator, you know, and this is the psychology of what makes most black males tick. You know, we do it in our relationship. We control our women as if we are dictators, and it's a cultural problem. North Korea starving, Zimbabwe starving. It was an odd relationship. Now, I'm not sure whether they're trying to re-blossom, you know, that hopeless relationship, but there have been talks. I'm not sure whether Mugabe is going to give him yet again another cow. I don't think Kim Jong-un will be ready to receive it after that bad experience, turning him to a vegetarian for a day or two. But on a serious level, and that is, of all the countries that Africa or Zimbabwe could have learned from in knowledge, in science, agriculture, they went to a country that is starving. You know, they went to a country that was not going to benefit them, you know, to bring them forward into the first world. Unfortunately, black people tend not to associate with positive people that can bring them onto another level. You know, even in our churches, you know, we are taught by you know, a negative black culture, a negative perspective, and as such we tend to have an homogenized cultural mindset of negative thinking, and it's hard to break from when our leaders, you know, are behaving like North Korean dictators, whether on a political level or spiritual level. Hence why we have the problem that we do in the black community, because we have dictators that are running the show. Louis Farrakhan is one of those dictators. If you dare question him, you know, look what happened to Malcolm X. He got killed. And other black people have been threatened. You know, I've posted videos of Louis Farrakhan threatening to kill his own people. The same way Mugabee threatens his own people. They don't vote him in power, they're gonna, you know, he's going to go and kill them. Now, I'm not arguing that only Zimbabwe or Africa is corrupt. All countries are corrupt, but at least at the moment, if you don't vote Republican, Democrat, if you in England, if you don't vote Labour or Conservative, they're not going to come to your door and kill you. I mean, it's a criminal offence. That's what they argue, not to vote. But I don't vote. I don't see why I should. However, they're not going to kill you. They'll put you in prison for not voting. They'll fine you, but they're not going to kill you. Soon that will come. They'll kill you soon. Trust me. If you think the Western world is so first, it's a first world, there's worse to come, right? However, at the moment, the Western world don't kill you for not voting or threatening your lives. They'll fiddle the vote like Theresa May is doing with the Parliament at the moment, but they're not going to kill you. But that's what black people are doing. You know, we're sort of exercising a horrible side of dictatorship, where if we do not get the votes or respect from the people, we resort to violence. And that's the reason why Africa is in a state that she's in today, run by brutal dictators. And like Zimbabwe, they learned from North Korea. They're not going to go to good countries and and learn how to have proper administration put in place. They're not going to do that. They went to North Korea to secure his dictator position. Same as black pastors, same thing. You know, they daren't tell you the gospel because you become free, and then what happens is, you know, you don't pay your tithes, you know, you don't feel a burden to have to put into the church money. So they have to run you by fear. So you put your hand in your pocket and you give to the church. Same principles. It's the same psychology. But obviously, because North Korea is being sanctioned by the UN, it means that they'll be looking to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe will be looking to North Korea. What they're going to do with it, for each other, I don't know. North Korea, they can sell nuclear secrets, but Zimbabwe, hopefully they're going to trust them with another cow. Let's roast it in advance and roast it and cook it and then send it over. But as a gift, I don't think North Korea is going to trust Mugabee, 98-year-old Mugabee, with a cow that will end up dead, on North Korean soil. But it's an interesting sort of occasion to watch. It's going to be quite interesting to see what develops. At the moment, a lot of countries are forming alliances. Russia is against the sanctions, claiming it's not good. They're also condemning certain things that Donald Trump is doing. So that Japan is no longer sort of having good relationship with North Korea, because obviously the missiles are going over Japan's territory, and also North Korea has said they could wipe out Japan. So North Korea is isolating themselves even more. I mean, if they think there's Mugabee in his army with sticks and poles and naked loincloth is going to protect them, they got nothing coming. But it's interesting to watch that relationship between North Korea and Zimbabwe, to see what transpires. But as I said, and that is, most Western countries do business and have good relationship with countries that use terrorism in order to bring about political changes, and also countries which has serious human rights abuses, as Theresa May said only a few months ago when she had Brexit. She was panicking that Britain will have no trade. Then suddenly she was prepared to do deals with the devil. So capitalism has no morals. No one really can put their hand on their heart and say, well, my country is morally wrong. Such people are deluded. There's no such capitalism is like evolution. It's amoral. Capitalism and evolution are two sides to the same coin. You won't get no moral foundation or basis from it. You're not going to create civilization and be good to your neighbor out of capitalism. It's just impossible. It's about total domination, greed, imperialism, crushing the poor, the rich gets richer. That's what it's about, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's my thoughts for Saturday, as I hope to finish my book off today. Thank you.